Live.
Man, it's been a while.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but it feels good to be back. Yep, the stream's looking good. I've actually put the wrong title, so please forgive me. I think that should update in a moment. Yeah, the title's wrong. I've actually put the wrong date from last time, but not to worry. It should update later. So it might say to people, it's the 21st of March. That's how long it's been since the last weekly Volmo. It's been too long. But
3 weeks?
yeah, 3 weeks.
2 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah, but we're back again. How's it going, people? Welcome back to the weekly vol. Here we are again, where myself and Mo, we're going to talk about all things related to markets. We're going to talk about the crazy stuff that's been going on with tariffs, the crazy stuff that's been going on with everything. Yeah, sorry, Lim. I think I've confused people with getting the date wrong.
Yeah,
Um,
you definitely did.
yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I did that. Uh, Let me see if I can edit it. Whoops. Sorry, guys. That will it'll fix automatically. I've changed it, but yeah, it might say a little bit. It's a little bit off, but not to worry. Not to worry. It doesn't matter. It's actually you haven't gone back in time. It's the 11th of April today. We'll be talking about all things markets, tariffs, Trump, Bitcoin, ETH, Bera, whatever other altcoins you want to talk about as well. We'll look at some charts. We'll do some good analysis and yeah, hopefully give a nice overview of where we are in the market and where we're looking at things and how things actually look. And maybe you guys can use this for your trading journeys as well. Um, as we see, I see Lim in the chat, Alpha as well. How's it going, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Should we share? Did we share it in Discord?
Yeah, I did.
Fantastic. Okay, sweet. So yeah, Mo, how's it going? First of all, what have you been up to in the markets? How's your trading been recently? And are you risk on, risk off? How are you kind of feeling about things? What's your like overall take?
Currently, I'm fully stable, but like continuously trying to like scalp a few percents a day, like either
Mm-hmm.
with Bitcoin or ETH. But eventually, like I'm looking to deploy some spot capital into some like high conviction plays.
Okay. So you're quite conservative at the moment. Is that because your outlook from where we are right now over the coming like let's say 1 or 2 weeks is still looking a bit shaky?
I still feel like we have a bit more to go down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And why do you
How
feel
about
that?
you? I think so because like I don't think the tariff problem is gonna end anytime soon. Like it's only a pause. Other than that, he paused it on like all the countries except for China. But China like accounts for like almost all the same size as all the other countries, like and multiply that by 2 or 3 times. So it's like they're still against China, and the tariff war with China still hasn't ended. So I would need some like negotiations between the US and China for me to like redeploy some capital. But for now, I'm like chilling.
Fine, fair enough, fair enough, and it's understandable. Um, how do you feel about like the U.S. dollar as a whole as well, like compared to let's say other kind of currencies as well? And this is
Yeah,
something that I was thinking about as well. When
I
it
was
comes to
looking
like
at it earlier today, like
even
the
picking your
DXY.
stable coin, which stable coin do you even pick nowadays? Do you go for Japanese yen, British pound, euro, or do you stick with the dollar and ride it out?
Probably, I mean, like this is too like too specific, but like the dollar always wins. But if you had to choose like any other one, I'd probably go with the yen.
The yen, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I say this as well is because uh you know look at this. uh what I should have done hypothetically for the entirety of this year, we're talking almost going into month number 4 now, is not stack US dollars. As you can see, this is a chart going up only of the pound against the dollar since the start of this year. This is January. This here is January, very beginning
Oof.
of January. So yeah, I mean for me, that like I should have made at least another 20% had I kind of stacked stables in a pound stable instead. rather than a US dollar stable. Something that I've never actually really thought about properly, considering my exposure to the US dollar over the pound. But yeah, for the first time in a long time, like yeah, as you can see beforehand, it's been choppy. It's always been up and down, up and down. So there's
Yeah,
periods of
that's how things go in like the forex market.
yeah.
It's
I
not
mean
like crypto. Like yeah, you see a 3x, then 90% uh, dump and all this stuff.
yeah, like as you can see, like in October 23, the dollar was strong, and the pound was weak. Same in 24, and like it happened the other way in October. The pound was very very strong against the dollar, and like yeah, it just constantly changes. Here, you could argue at the beginning of January we saw the weakest pound in a long time, but it looks like it's completely retracing now. So it's just yeah, just an interesting question. Just because you said you're in stables, I was just interested, like, to see if obviously in crypto the stables are dominated by the US dollar, but is there ever going to be a time where some of these other currencies, especially with the uncertainty in America, actually grow and become something big? I mean, we can see some of this as well to some extent when you look at all of the stable coins that exist right now. Dollar based, they're all dollar based, literally every
Yeah.
single one of them. I mean, how far do you have to go before you get to Circle, who also obviously issue USDC, also having USD or Euro C, I should say. So they have USDC, they have Euro C as well, but its size is tiny, 200 million compared to USDC, which is 60 bill.
Mm.
Yeah, just something interesting that I thought I'd mention. I know this not really to do
And
with
I think
trading.
USDT is like 400, 300.
USDT is 150 bill
Ah,
almost.
150. Yeah,
I mean, still
it's
crazy,
big.
right?
It's a big market. It's a big market.
Yeah. But I'm just going down to see like where are the other kind of stable coins that are non-US dollar. There's Brazilian digital here, which is interesting.
There's
Um,
TRY, I think,
there's Euro
Turkish.
T. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. There's Euro
Turkish.
T here, but I mean these are small stable coins. There is a pound stable coin, but it's not even on this list as you can see. So yeah, interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I think maybe this is something that I need to build out, right? We'll put it on Berachain.
We have
Um,
to.
yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's go into like our kind of markets, which I think we all always like to talk about. We'll talk about the main elephant in the room, which is of course Bitcoin. Uh, I mean, things have been. I mean, we can maybe go back a little bit and talk about where we were kind of back in the end of March. We were almost at 90K. And since then, a lot has happened in the market. First of all, we had the big tariffs, and ultimately that resulted in like a 20% drop in Bitcoin, going as low as 74K. How have things been on your side? Like, what's your commentary on kind of where we are in the market cycle when it comes to Bitcoin? What's happened? What's going to happen next, in your opinion? And yeah, how would you position yourself as well?
Yeah. So, like obviously, as we saw back on Monday, we went to I think 74K. Like we went to 74K. So that was like a 20% dump from 20K, which we visited multiple times, if you recall. Like we visited it like 2 3 times, but it actually like failed to break out. So yeah, and it all happened because of like the Trump situation, the tariffs, like tariffs on almost 190 countries, like and like they were going very aggressive with China. So like, and you would expect China to like fire back because like it's probably the second biggest economy, like right after the United States.
Yeah,
So like you would definitely see some competition of them between them for like the most dominating economy. So I wouldn't expect it to calm down anytime soon, just because of how strong China has been recently, like with its car manufacturing and all this stuff. Like also because I saw something yesterday that China and the EU are negotiating like a 0% tariff deal on Chinese cars, which will absolutely like damage American cars going to Europe.
Ah, yes, I did see that. Let's see if I can find a tweet that's related to that.
Type something
Um,
like EU China tariff.
yeah, let me see if I can find that. Here we go. The European Union and China are now starting negotiations to abolish EU tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles.
So
Yeah.
imagine how easy this is gonna be for China to dominate the EU market with cars,
Mm,
because their Chinese cars are very cheap and like very like technologically up to date. Like,
yeah.
and you can compare them to like the Teslas, they're way cheaper.
Yeah.
And if you put zero tariffs on them, then that's obviously gonna like fill up the market there.
Interesting. Uh, what do you think this is going to do? So you think this is bearish for America, right? And bullish for China.
This is generally bullish for China, but I wouldn't say it's that bearish for America. It's
And so,
like everything related to China and America is like it will all come down to like what they do against each other, not what uh, the EU does or Vietnam or Dubai.
but I mean, what are they doing against each other?
Like
145% tariffs. I mean, they're just
yeah,
escalating, right? At
yeah.
the end
So
of the day, right, with tariffs, right? Let's say a company imports, I don't know, a jacket and it costs $50, right? And
yeah,
they sell that jacket for $100. Okay, now if there's a 50% tariff, well, it doesn't cost $50 to import now. It now costs $75, and
yeah,
the same shirt will or jacket whatever will sell for double the price. It'll sell for $150. At the end of the day, the tariff, just like this tweet is mentioning here, the consumer is simply taxed more. That's it, right? And so, with the tariff war, at the end of the day, it's going to result in reduced consumer spending. That's going to result in like a reduction in the economy, a
not
reduction.
necessarily.
Well, if people don't have, if people struggle to afford, it's going to lead to like higher prices, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think they're doing it so like they would avoid the imported stuff and go towards like more local stuff. So that
Yeah,
would like improve their GDP.
maybe. How long does it take for this stuff to play out, though? This isn't something that's going to be like 1 week or 2 weeks. This takes
Yeah, probably
a few
over the
years.
next. It would probably need like 3 to 6 months to actually play out
Hmm.
to see the actual effects.
So it's very interesting for me to see like where are we going to go with this? I mean, there's short-term volatility probably because of the uncertainty, but when there
Yeah,
is when there is when things do stable down, and I think eventually they will. Yeah, I'm intrigued to know what this effect has on the U.S. market as a whole. Are we there's a lot. I've never seen so much divide before as well. There are some people who say that this is bullish for America. This is going to make US companies even more money in the long run, and this is like what America needs to do. And on the other hand, I see people saying we're entering the next Great Depression. This is going to cause World War III. This is going to cause this and that, and it's not a good time. I've never seen so much disparity around what's going to happen.
agree, agree. Like
Um,
I know very good traders that are currently very bearish and think that a massive recession is gonna come.
yeah,
On the other hand, I have people like having so much FOMO to get inside the market because of how bullish they are.
it's a really tricky one, and I think you're seeing this war between the buyers and sellers in the order books as well.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't even have to look at the crypto markets. You can look at the equity market and really see this for yourself. When you just see like I mean, let's see if I pull this up. Do, do, do. You can see this in like I mean, the crazy candles that we're getting here. We're talking like, this normally we're talking about 1% daily swings, but here we're getting 9% up, 5% down. It's just a bit wild. I mean, especially on the big tech stocks as well. I have never seen this amount of volatility like on the stock market in over the last 5 years per se. I think this is like probably COVID is the same time when we saw this level of volatility. But even then, that ended up being very clear upward momentum in the coming weeks after. This seems, yeah, it's very very interesting. I honestly don't know what's going to happen, but yeah, I would love to know what do you think about this.
Mm,
I
it's
mean,
a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky. Like you see stocks down 20, 30, 40% from all-time highs.
and this
But
isn't
like,
just your everyday stock. This is Google that I've got on my
yeah,
end.
Google, Nvidia,
Here's,
Meta.
here's Amazon. Well, actually went down 33%. Now it's only 25. But yeah, 33% correction. That's huge. Like 33% on Amazon. Like that's unheard of. Apple. I mean, only when you zoom out you really see like the effect of this. I mean, here we go. That's a huge correction.
Yeah, and
Huge.
like the SPX is down like 20, 30% from all-time high.
Yeah, it was did actually go down as 21%. It's now down to only 14. It's had a good recovery. But yeah, 21%. That is typically known as a bear market. And this correction, I mean, could it be like this? I don't know. Or is it more like a COVID style crash where we just kind of went down immediately? I think this one was really bad, right?
Yeah,
SPX went down 36%.
in a
So
very short period of time.
yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where things are going to go next. But yeah, I think that maybe I'm kind of a little bit like yourself, where I am leaning more towards being a little bit more risk off in general until the right opportunity comes and it's a little bit more clear to me. Because right now I don't know where we're going to go. Having said that, I'm still very deep in the market, and I think something like Bitcoin looks really really interesting, especially at these levels where you had the chance to pick it up at 75K basically 2 days ago. 75K being basically the top of the range that we were at from last year. And since that point, obviously we've had we had the ETFs, of course, which I think have been a success. We've also had all of this stuff around the US really adopting crypto and Bitcoin and making it their home. And so I think, yeah, at those levels, honestly, I think you're getting a long term really really good deal in my opinion.
Agree. Like it's
Is
it's very close
75K,
to bottom.
74K the bottom though? That is the question.
No,
Is there a
no,
chance where we go all the way down to 50?
I don't think that low.
No. I mean, fundamentally nothing changed with Bitcoin, right? It's
Probably
just
65. 65K is good. 60 between 65 and 69.
yeah, that would put us in this kind of range. Let's call it even 72. 65 to 72 or like it's yeah, basically something like this. Um, like any in this range, if we were ever to go, we had some trading action back here before. You can see the top of this range really being a good level of support, which is 72. If we break that, maybe we go to this bottom bit here. But yeah, either way, I think if we get anywhere near this is what I think I would definitely feel like, oh yeah, this is my time to buy, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a great zone to start deploying stables. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, right now though, if we look at like the daily, I mean, we're gonna hit some of the EMAs. I mean, we're still kind of, you could argue, in a downtrend. If you just look at this from a pattern perspective, you
I
could
think we
argue,
need a bit more consolidation.
yeah. Let me get rid of these indicators. Um, yeah, maybe a bit more consolidation is needed. Maybe we'll get that around here. It does seem like it's leveling off a little bit, and maybe we get that here a little bit. It can't just keep going down. Maybe it'll be something like this. I don't know, with a dip into there. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I think, yeah. So you're in stables. I think if we were to get to this dip that takes us into this blue range, is that when you would deploy?
Definitely. Of course, of
Hmm.
course, of course I would.
Yeah.
I would
And
like start
what would
buying
you buy if you had to buy something?
probably some of the altcoins that I like.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go towards Bitcoin, or I'd
you wouldn't
probably
be buying
open a
this
Bitcoin long.
shitcoin, would you?
What?
I said you wouldn't be buying this shitcoin, would you?
Maybe at $800.
$800. Let's have a look. Let's zoom out. Where is $800? Oh, $800 is below the lunar collapse.
Yeah, I'll buy it there.
Wow, wow, that would be unbelievable.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it's very bad. I mean, this is.
Even
I think this.
the chart doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't look like the blood is over. It looks like it's still in the process of capitulating. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's yeah, it looks terrible. I think you can really see this when you when you invert the curve chart. You know, this
nice
chart looks
discovery.
bullish. Like honestly, if we break this next area of resistance here, as you can see, this is going all the way up to 1K. Uh,
Yeah.
all the way down to 1K, I should say. Yeah, this looks bullish. I mean, you would wait to see what the exact thing that's going to happen or the exact reaction from this level, and I think based on that you can decide. But yeah,
Agreed.
ETH doesn't really have a bullish catalyst per se, so yeah, I don't really know. I don't know other than the Pectra upgrade, which I think is a good upgrade, but yeah, I'm not sure what the bullish catalyst for buying this
I
asset is
wouldn't
right
buy.
now.
I wouldn't buy. At least I wouldn't buy over $1,000. I'd buy below that.
Super, super, super bearish you are.
Yeah.
What about perhaps Sol or some of the other assets? Let's go back to a normal chart. There you go.
Soul also like very bearish chart. Very, very like zoom out a bit, move to the weekly or monthly. Yeah, bearish. Super.
Yeah, that doesn't look particularly good in my opinion
Probably
either.
like $80. $80 is good.
Yeah, $80 would be the bottom of that wick. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Oh man, that is so painful. How down is that from all-time highs?
70.
It did actually drop 70%. Yeah, now it's 60, but yeah, gosh, that's a big, big pullback. Wow. Um, okay. Anything else that would be interesting to you?
Beta, Hyperliquid, Fortcoin.
All right, let's go to Bera because Bera's had, as you can see, let's delete this. Bera's been a tricky one. Like it's been very, very, very painful. We were doing okay. We launched, went down to like just under $5. Pulled back up a couple of times, going to nine again, and then kind of going down to 5.5, and then having this with POL going live, going all the way back up to $9 again. And this was only on the 29th of March, so we're talking about basically 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago. And since then, honestly, I don't even know what's happened really. But we've had a huge sell-off on Bera, dropping 65% in about 10 days. Since then, from lows of $3, we have kind of built our way up a little bit. Partially so after the Trump 90-day pause, but still way off where we were even just 2 weeks ago. Now trading at a $2 billion FDV. Yeah, interesting.
Do you think it's undervalued or overvalued?
No, I'd say it's undervalued, and I think like it's all from a comparison perspective as well. Like you have to just kind of look at like what are the other like L1 chains like valued at today, and I think if you just compare them like that, then I think it looks clearly undervalued. Maybe I can see
Sui.
charts to really highlight this a little bit more. So you have all of these other chains that are worth much more. Bill, circulating market cap, FTV even way higher. You have like these RWA chains like Mantra, 6 bill market cap, 12 bill FTV. You have Hype, which is performing really well. It's actually probably the best performer of the week, actually. So we'll look at the Hype chart in a moment. But that's trading
No,
at 5 bill,
the best
five
one
bill.
is Fortcoin. Fortcoin.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. We'll look at that. But then, I mean, even that, I'm going down. I've gone down past a lot of these other chains: Story, Protocol, Injective, Say, Sonic, Celestia, Algorand, Gala, IOTA, Tezos, Kava, and then you get to Berachain, which is currently worth 2 bill, but only 400 mil circulating market cap, with other than the 2% unlock from Boyko. Uh, yeah, which is what at these prices, like another 80 mil. So we'll go from, like, I don't know, 430 mil to 500 mil, aka we'll just overtake Carver. I mean, we wouldn't even overtake Core or Flow or Tezos yet. Just from the Boyko unlock with no other unlocks for the rest of the year, it does seem very undervalued to me. um yeah, I mean, we're valued
So
the
it's
same
probably
as, like,
gonna be a good buy after the unlocks.
no, I think the unlocks are priced in my opinion.
Mm,
If I had to say so, I mean, no financial advice, of course, but yeah, I'd say everyone knows about them. Everyone knows exactly what day they're coming. Everyone knows who is getting what tokens as well. It has to be priced in my opinion. And that's probably kind of what's been holding it back a little bit. I actually think that
probably.
the boycott unlock will now be a bullish catalyst for Berachain.
Probably.
But let's see. I think, like, when you look at this list of chains on screen right now and you see the caliber of chains here, it does seem bizarre to see Berachain this low down, in my opinion.
Even even the inflows and the outflows.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that volume-wise, like things haven't been as good as they probably could have been, but they're definitely above all of these chains on the screen right now. In fact, even if I scroll up a little bit, they're better than still many of these other chains as well. I think Sonic is the only comparable chain in terms of, like, metrics right now that can compete with Bera. From all of these that are on screen right now. Okay, sure. If I scroll up really a lot more, then yeah, I do agree that Hyperliquid should be worth more. I think Sui in its current form should be worth more, and perhaps some of these other chains should also be worth more in their current form. But yeah, let's see. I do still think that it's a little undervalued. But yeah, we'll have to see what the market thinks. My opinion only means so much. The market is ultimately what's more important. And so yeah, when I look at the Bearer chart right now, I do think that this is pretty good value. But at the end of the day, like, what about the rest of the market? What does the rest of the market think? And what is going to be the case with all of the macro uncertainty as well? I mean, I'm sure that plays a role into this as well. Let's
Yeah.
look at Hype too, which obviously did have a lot of FUD and stuff happening with the Jelly situation. I'm sure you saw that as well, Mo.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember.
it went all the way down from like $17, which is what it was, all the way down 50% in literally 2 weeks as well, going down to $9.50, slightly lower than that. And over the last couple of days, rebounded very, very strongly. It's up 30% in the last 24 hours, up 60% from the bottom in 5 days. Very, very, very strong performance. Actually surprised me a little bit seeing Hype this strong. Yeah, what are your thoughts on Hype at the moment, and where do you think it's going to go?
Very bullish. Very bullish. Like, it's the leading perps DAX. I think it's
Yep,
doing very well considering
yep,
the market conditions. Like, if you compare it to all these other altcoins, like, it's probably one of the best, if not the best. Like, right after Fortcoin.
yeah,
I think most of this is driven by the amount of volume and open interest that uh, is happening on their DAX, which like
yeah,
increases their revenue, and that will result in them doing buybacks to their own coin. So I think
yeah,
like market is pricing that in, and yeah, I'm very bullish long term on Hypecoin.
yeah. No, I agree with you. It makes sense. Let's see if I can pull up the exact data of how far ahead they are. So Hyperliquid yesterday did 7 bill in volume. The next competitor was Jupiter, who did just over 1/10 of that.
Where's lighter? Where's lighter?
So Lighter isn't are listed on here, but I can find you exactly how much they did. I think they are ranked number 3, based on their
Oh,
yesterday volume.
very good, very good.
Yeah. So Lighter
Good.
is around about that much, as far as I'm aware. Let's see. Uh, no, actually, Lighter's higher than that. Lighter will be number 2, rank number 2, based on 24-hour volume. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, they did. Lighter did about 1 bill.
I
So
think also Ostium is doing well.
yeah, Ostium are doing pretty good as well. Let's see, do they have any metrics on here that we can look at? I don't think Ostium have listed themselves on DeFi Llama. No, they haven't. But I can quickly go to Ostium and have a look and see how well they are doing. They have had some pretty good success over the last day or so, or especially over the last day. Let's see if I can open this up. Last 24 hours, 150 million. Very, very, very good. Very good for them. Yeah, they're doing very well. Um, and I think ultimately that will result in the Vault product also doing very well. So, yeah, pretty good. 63% APY. Very, very nice. 28 million in TVL already. Yeah, can't complain with that at all. It's great. So yeah, fine. I agree with your thesis on Hype. I think they seem to be in a good position. Remember, Hype is also a chain as well, with multiple apps kind of coming to that chain as well. I think still in the early days, but they do have a good product, and it is making revenue. So yeah, there's a perpetual bid on the Hype token, always.
Yeah.
Um, any other specific tokens that you guys want to look at? Anyone in the audience? You have a specific
Give us
sector or
Fartcoin.
narrative?
Fartcoin.
Oh, let's look at Filecoin as well. This is one of the craziest coins that I've seen in this market. Um, yeah, it's from the March lows. We're talking about in the last 1 month.
4x.
Yeah, yeah, basically, yeah, more than 4x. It was 19-20 cents. Now at 86. Where's this come from, Mo? I mean, I've seen like this narrative on Twitter of it being a strong coin and stuff, but I don't know where specifically it has come from, and why have people had the motivation to bid this coin so hard?
Probably because hot air rises.
No, I know hot air was rising a lot before, but it also, as you can see, also fell a lot
Yeah,
as
it went
well.
down like 95%.
Yeah. So what happened at that point? Why did
Probably
the
like
sentiment change?
CT realized how normie friendly the coin actually is.
Yeah.
So
But
like
why did CT not realize it in the previous? But by the way, all of this happened this year in January and February. Why did CT not realize this? Why did it take them all the way until March to realize?
uh
But what
I don't
changed?
know.
I don't actually know what changed. This
Probably
was a
because
good
like
coin, then it was a bad
it took
coin.
some time to consolidate because like
Yeah,
back then it was like a serious dumping 90 something percent
yeah, 92. Yeah,
in less than 2 months. That was crazy. Like this and all the other AI coins. But the
yeah.
thing
The,
is,
the,
I
the
don't
other
think.
AI coins didn't have this kind of comeback.
Yeah, because probably because of like the low mind share. It's not normie friendly, but like Fartcoin, you can say this to any normie like hot air rises, so they would probably bid.
But there's many other, but I don't think it's retail that are bidding Fartcoin right now. This is a pure CT coin, you know.
Mm,
Uh, if that was the case, then we'd see dog coins and some of these other coins perform well. It's only fart coin that's doing well, and only hype that's doing well. Like these are
yeah,
two very, very, very native CT coins, and I'm intrigued to know like why is it just these two coins that are the most performant?
that I can't answer.
Yeah,
Like
it's an interesting one.
hype, we all know why. It's
Yeah,
a
hype
very
has.
successful protocol.
Yeah, but yeah, in terms of like why Fartcoin specifically, I don't know the answer. It's very interesting, like understanding the psychology of this. But yeah, I mean, Fartcoin is up 106% this week. Hyperliquid is the next best coin at 35%. This is just from the top 100, by the way. And like yeah, everything else is generally underperformed other than those two. Those two are miles and miles ahead of everything else in this market.
Yeah.
So yeah, people who have held those coins, I mean, very, very good for them. It's just been intriguing to see like a coin perform not just a little bit well, but so much better than anything else in the market. So yeah, very, very interesting. I'm looking right now.
Agreed.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like there's much else that's performed anywhere near as good as what these guys have done this week. Yeah, yeah. Even lower cap coins like in the top 300 haven't performed anywhere near as good as these guys. So yeah, it's been interesting.
Mm.
Uh, do you suspect that there are any other coins like Filecoin right now that will catch a bid?
Uh, probably, probably something like Pepe, maybe. Nah, nah, nah. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Pepe is a dead coin now, in my opinion. I
It's
think
cooked.
that's
Yeah,
over.
it's down like 70%, 80 maybe.
Let's see,
Oof, that's bad.
75.
Yeah, but it's consolidating right now. Like you can see it.
Yeah, yeah, it is consolidating. We're back to the same levels as we were in 2024. Still worth a lot though. This is still 6 bill, right? No, not 6 bill. Let's have a look. We are at Pepe is 3 bill. Sorry, 3 bill. Still a lot.
Still,
Still
yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Man,
Uh,
3 billion.
yeah. More than
How the
Barra.
hell? Whiff is like 300 million, and Whiff was number one.
Yeah. Yeah. With his
Whiff got
385.
cooked.
Yeah. This was a 5 bill. No. Yeah. 5 bill.
Yeah, 5 billion. This was the Coinbase listing.
Yeah. 92% down. Interesting. Interesting to see. I mean, I haven't looked at the meme coin market in a while. Is there anything else that's
It's
performing
it's
well right
bad.
now?
It's bad. It's bad.
I mean, I remember there was what coins like Marg, right? This was like 1 bill at the top. Uh, I'm guessing that it's nowhere near that anymore. Let's see. Let's see. This was back in December. Yeah, down 90%. Wow. Wow.
SPX.
SPX is probably the one that's actually probably still alive, right?
Nah, it's also like down.
Probably not 90% though. SPX 72%. Still, SPX has a higher market cap than Bearer as well. Yeah,
Mindshare. Mindshare.
yeah. Yeah, the meme coin's interesting. So there isn't really any meme coins that are actually performing that well nowadays. Filecoin being the only exception. In fact, I'd go even further and say there isn't any other coin doing well in this market. I mean, you have Filecoin, you have Hyperliquid that's doing okay. I wouldn't even say it's doing amazing, right? It's done well this week, but in recent times, is there anything that's been absolutely ripping?
Absolutely nothing.
No, right? I think it just goes back to kind of the best thing to do, which is to pair trade. Pair trading is your way to do everything. I mean, even if you did Sol against Whiff, right? Let's have a look. Let's do Sol USDT Whiff USDT. Yeah, I mean, you should just pair trade. You should just pair trade. You will actually survive. I mean, look at this.
Probably the best pair trade of all time is like longing Bitcoin and shorting every new coin. Every
Yeah,
like new coin that launches. Have you seen this coin called Elixir? Maybe ELX.
yeah. That's one of the worst ones, I think. Like
I
from a
saw
price
I saw it
action
yesterday
mindset.
on the timeline. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Doesn't have
type
any
ELX USDT.
ELX USDT. Not on any
Vibe,
major
vibe,
exchanges,
vibe
but
it,
by
vibe it.
oh my
Oof.
gosh. That is 87% down in a month. You're
Yeah,
joking. in a month.
Yeah,
Man, that is bad. That is very, very, very bad. I mean, I remember this. So this launched at what 700, 800 million, and it's now only 100 mil. Wow, wow, that is really, really bad. Uh, yeah. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? These are the coins that you should pair trade with. Yeah. I mean, the
yeah.
damage is done on this one probably.
You can even
Uh,
like go basic and long Bitcoin, short ETH.
yeah. That's actually one of the best ones, right? It's the chart that we look at all the time. The chart that we look at all the time. I mean, look at this. But of course, when you're longing Bitcoin, your chart is going to look like this. You could have bought it any time over the last 4 years, even. Yeah, literally 4 years. And you would, if you just held it long enough, you'd be absolutely fine. You could weather these dips. These dips weren't that bad. But yeah, if you held it long enough, you'd be enjoying yourself big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Any last tokens that people want to talk about? I have a comment here. I need IVX from Alpha. IVX is coming. IVLP printing BGT hard. Thanks, Kings. Yeah, well, that's why we've capped it, right? So we've capped it so you can't get diluted, and that does remind me that I will be adding some incentives onto IVLP.
I think the APR is 1,000%.
It was 1,000%. It's come down now because some of the validators shifted over to other pools, but it's still printing. Even right now, it's still printing BGT. So yeah, very, 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 very good for anyone who managed to deposit. Like you will get rewarded with BGT. And remember, we said that we were going to use all of that 30% APR that we were offering in the form of Bearer and also in the form of the IVX token. We're using all of it to bribe with instead, or to add incentive instead, so that everyone who holds IVLP ends up getting a much, much, much bigger reward. And yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a great thing as we go forward. So that reminds me to definitely add some incentives. So we'll do that today, and keep that going. Or we'll do it over the weekend. I think keep that going.
Yeah. And I think
Um,
like some vaults get accepted today.
Yeah, we should be able to see now. I don't think ours will. I think we have to rejuggle our design a little bit, and so probably we'll see that in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
But we'll get that sorted anyway. And
I think
yeah,
we'll see an like Ooga Booga's reward vault accepted.
yeah, I think so. And I think that's actually been, you know what we were just talking about, which tokens have actually been doing well. That is one that actually has been doing very, very well.
Yeah.
So shout out to them. I mean, yeah, their chart actually looks great. I mean, that's actually
Sick,
been performing
sick
well.
guys, sick guys.
Yeah, you had a chance to
Don't
to buy
remind
a
me.
couple of chances. But yeah, has performed well, and now is almost at the original public sale price, which yeah, good for them. Good for them. They're doing well.
And it's also
Uh,
on Max C, I think.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
You also have the likes of Henlo as well, which did have a brutal pullback, going as low as 15 million. No way! Wow, I did not realize that it went that low. Wow, that's crazy. And since then, yeah, pulling back drastically. Now back at 28. Yeah. Wow, I did not realize that it went that low. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I know someone that bought there like 15 million, 16.
Good for them. Good for them. Yeah. I mean, the rest of the ecosystem seems to be, doing okay or steady-ish. I think we is in consolidation after a pretty big pullback. I think Ramen also is in a bit of consolidation now over the last 3 days, around this area. So maybe it's going to consolidate a little bit around here. I think similarly with some of the other coins as well, maybe Pollen as well, in a bit of consolidation. It's been trading here for a couple of just 8-10 days almost now. So yeah, a bit of consolidation here. Let's see where this goes. Actually, 2x up from the bottom, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, let's see where it goes with the rest of the market as well. Yeah, any last things that you wanted to comment on?
All good on my end.
I think the last thing that I will say from my end is go and I mean one of the best trading strategies has been to basically do straddles on any of these assets, Bitcoin, ETH, Bearer. Straddles have constantly been printing, and the best way to do that, it's very simple, right? You buy the up option, you buy the down option. Okay, you buy an equal amount of both. Let's say $100 worth, etc. Of both, and like you're kind of just essentially you buy the same number of contracts, I should say, and you are essentially going to be able to print on both sides. If the price goes up a lot, you'll print. If the price goes down a lot, you'll print. The only time where you won't print is if the price stays stable, and of course that's the complete opposite of what's been happening in the markets over the last week or so. There's always been drama in the market, and I do think if you do expect that to continue, then I think yeah, buying straddles is always fantastic, and yeah, good for anyone. I know a lot of people who have done well with them over the last couple of days. Yeah, I think that's all from my side. I think yeah, so go and check this out. You can go to ivx.fi and you can start trading right now and playing around with these instruments. Yeah, we'll definitely be having some updates and things like that to share with you all soon. Perhaps we'll do a community call or some educational workshops next week as well. So stay tuned for that. Any last questions from anyone? Here's your chance to do it right now. Otherwise, I think we can wrap things up, Mo.
I think we should. I think we
Okay.
should like.
Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in this week. I know that the
How many
market has been
viewers?
282.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I know that the market's been a little bit quiet and a little bit less hype, and maybe there's a little less things to do. Some people have been affected, but to those guys who are still sticking around and tuning in, appreciate you all. We'll be back regularly now, hopefully, with the weekly vol. There may be a couple of days where we need to change the date. For example, next week, I think I won't be available on Friday, but we could do it on Thursday instead, Mo.
You'll be in
Uh,
Dubai?
no. I'm taking a day off. I'm actually having a day off
Ah,
and spending time with my family. So
nice.
yeah, we can do it. We can do it on Thursday instead if that works for everyone.
Works,
Um,
works.
and then yeah, I'll be going for token 2049. We can do it from there as normal anyway. So yeah, we'll see all of you guys soon. Hang out in the Discord. We'll share our trading tips and things like that as well. We'll definitely have some educational workshop stuff as well in due time, and some updates as well coming from IVX as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and we'll see you all next time.
See you soon, guys.